The day the Chancellor brought his new woman home, I quietly slipped away in the side room. Nobody in the manor noticed anything was off. What they didn't know was, I was the last master of the death feign technique. While Xie Jingheng was sobbing at my grave, I was already on my way to the south, drinking wine on a riverboat, casually pinching the cheeks of cute little scholars. Life was finally free, until one day a heavy rainstorm destroyed my grave mound. The Chancellor discovered my coffin had nothing in it but a bundle of dry straw. That day, the most powerful man in the court smashed his teacup and swore that even if he had to tear apart the entire kingdom, he would bring me back. The lady is gone? Impossible. She did her own makeup just this morning. Xie Jingheng's voice rang out from outside the door, full of a panic I had never heard from him before. I lay stiff on the bed, completely still, as I heard someone burst into the room. A pair of cold hands touched my face. I could already picture exactly what expression was on Xie Jingheng's stone-cold face right now. Jing Shuang. His voice was low and hoarse. I laughed to myself on the inside. The death feign technique was one of a kind. Even if the entire Imperial Medical Bureau showed up, they wouldn't find a single clue. The coroner's voice trembled as he spoke. The lady has indeed passed. I kept my eyes shut, perfectly still, but I could feel Xie Jingheng's gaze on me. What was going through his head? Regret? Or was he already working out how to explain to the Emperor why his wife had died so suddenly? Take her away. He gave the order. A wave of footsteps shuffled out of the room. The door clicked shut. Now it was just the two of us left alive in this room. I felt him sit down on the edge of the bed. His hand gently, softly stroked my hair. 3 years of marriage, and he had never once been this tender with me. He whispered my name over and over, his voice thick with something bitter. Qing Shuang. I heard. How could you just never wake up? He had never called me by my name like this before. All those years in the Chancellor's manor, it was always a cold, distant my lady. Today is my wedding day with Su Wanro. You knew, and you still refused to face it. I laughed bitterly in my heart. Yeah, today was the day he married his beloved. The whole capital knew. The Chancellor was finally marrying the woman he truly loved. Me? I was just a transaction. A wife who was always supposed to step aside. You're always like this, never saying a word, swallowing everything. And now you even pick today to die. I almost blew my cover and opened my eyes to snap back. I swallowed everything, never said a word. On our wedding night, he warned me this marriage wasn't his choice, told me to know my place and stop dreaming. For 3 years, I drifted through this manor like a ghost, while he and Su Wanro were inseparable. The whole capital was laughing at me. And now that I'm finally dead, he wants to play the heartbroken lover? My lord, the hour is here, the guests have been waiting. Xie Jingheng's hand went still. I heard him take a long, slow breath, and just like that, he was the cold, unreadable Chancellor again. Prepare her funeral arrangements, give her the full honors of a first-rank lady. The footsteps faded away. I cracked my eyes open. Once I was sure the room was empty, I finally let out a long breath. My breathing and pulse slowly came back. I pushed myself up from the bed and shook out my stiff, numb limbs. The plan had gone off without a hitch. The sound of music drifted in from outside. I walked to the window. The whole manor was lit up with red lanterns. Xie Jingheng was dressed in a red wedding robe, holding Su Wanro's hand as they stepped into the main hall. I watched it all with cold, empty eyes. Not a ripple in my heart. Once upon a time, I had wished so badly for Xie Jingheng to hold my hand like that, to give me a wedding like this. But the truth was, I was carried through the side gate in a plain sedan chair. My wedding ceremony was done bowing to a paper rooster. I turned toward the distant noise and said softly, "May you two grow old together." Then I turned around and started packing. I'd been planning this fake death for 6 months already. Quietly sold off my dowry. Bought a house down south. Found a merchant I could trust. Had every last detail of my escape worked out. I pulled the bundle I'd hidden under the bed, stuffed with banknotes, a few changes of clothes, and a disguise kit. One last look at the room I'd lived in for 3 years. I climbed out the back window and vanished into the dark. Everyone had gone to the front hall to drink at the wedding. The back courtyard was empty. I slipped past the patrolling guards, crawled through a dog hole at the base of the west wall. The second I was out of the Chancellor's manor, I breathed in like I hadn't breathed in years. Shen Xingxuang was gone. From here on out, I was living for myself. Xie Jingheng didn't come to my funeral. He was busy taking his new bride home to meet her family. Then a rainstorm destroyed the grave mound, and the gravekeeper found it. By the time he discovered there was nothing in that coffin but a pile of broken straw, I was already on a southbound boat, sipping osmanthus wine. The boatman curiously asked why I was traveling alone. I smiled and said, "Going to get married. Your groom's waiting for you in the south?" I took a sip of wine and looked out at the horizon. "No, I'm marrying myself." The rain down south just wouldn't stop. I leaned against the railing on the second deck of the riverboat, watching the raindrops fall into the river. 3 months now. Since leaving the capital, I finally understood what it felt like to be free. A girl drinking alone. How boring. And what does the young master think would be more fun? I swirled my empty cup, let my sleeve slip on purpose to show off my wrist. The scholar's eyes lit up a little. He sat himself right down across from me, uninvited. "I'm Xiao Yunji. May I ask the lady's name?" "Surname Bai, given name Lu." "Bai Lu Wei Shuang. White dew turns to frost. What a beautiful name." The line was way too on the nose. My real name had just been casually figured out by this stranger. I watched this scholar named Xiao Yunji carefully. His face was perfectly calm, like he really was just reciting poetry off the top of his head. "You've got quite the way with words. How about a drink?" I refilled the cup and slid it over to him. Where are you from, Miss Bai? Your accent doesn't sound like you're from around here, more like up north. Family was pushing me into a marriage. I ran. That wasn't exactly a lie. Xie Jingheng really was forced to marry me by his father, and I really did run away. The method was just a little unconventional. A flicker of amusement crossed Xiao Yunji's eyes. Then the other party must be a total block of wood with zero charm to let a woman like you slip away. I nearly choked on my wine. Xie Jingheng really was a block of wood with zero charm. 3 years of marriage. He barely touched my hand. You nailed it. My ex? I walked around with a face like someone owed him money. Every single day. So exhausting. Xiao Yunji burst out laughing. He reached over and tucked a loose strand of my hair behind my ear. So what kind of man does Miss Bai actually like? I was caught off guard. This scholar was way bolder than I expected. Back in the Chancellor's manor, nobody would have ever dared come at me like this. Just as I was trying to figure out how to respond, a commotion broke out outside the cabin. I turned to look. A squad of officers was working through the dock, checking every passerby one by one. They were holding up a scroll and comparing it to people's faces. Xiao Yunji followed my gaze, still completely relaxed. They've been cracking down lately. Word is someone dangerous escaped from the capital. Oh really? Xiao Yunji stood up. Let me go find out. Sit tight, Miss Bai. Before I could stop him, he was already heading downstairs. I kept my eyes on the dock. Xiao Yunji exchanged a few words with the head officer. The man actually bowed to him respectfully, then handed over the wanted poster. Xiao Yunji looked at it. Then he suddenly looked up. His eyes locked straight onto me. He was looking for me. I bit my lip. I had to move. Now. While Xiao Yunji was still down at the dock, I grabbed my bag and got ready to go. And where does the lady think she's going? Xiao Yunji's voice came from right behind me. Something suddenly came up. That's strange. The person in this portrait looks about 70% like you, Miss Bai. Coincidence. The world's full of people who look alike. What's even stranger is this person is the Chancellor's wife. She should have been buried by now. But this letter, written in the Chancellor's own hand to the Governor of the South, says he's looking for a woman who knows the death feign technique. Xie Jingheng had even tracked down the death feign technique.